We on the block, we got stories to tell. From the court to the street, we can always excel. We talk sports, we talk life, we talk culture and grind. Politics in the mix, come and open your mind. Two brothers speaking, truth with that old school beat. Breaking down the game from the field to the street. Laughs and debates, every episode tight. We light up the mic and go all night. Talking about the world and how we rise. From hoop dreams to politics, no disguise. Culture and life mixed in the flow. Just two dudes letting everybody know. Now we talking about the world and how we rise. From hoop dreams to politics, no disguise. Culture and life mixed in the flow. Just two dudes.
Said some things, like I said, today is Veterans Day. And
Happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day. And we know election results. So this being a culture podcast, we got to hit on the culture of politics. And that's usually where we start, right at the top of the episode. So tell me what you have on your mind politically.
I don't have much on my mind. I mean, if I'm being all the way honest, I thought he would win.
Yeah, me too.
But you talk to people and you be like, what you think? You say, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
She'll be all right. Or, some other euphemism.
Yeah, that doesn't sound positive. Yeah. Right, kind of went the way I expected, anticipated. Not the numbers though. She got smoked. Yeah, she got smoked.
Yeah,
I wasn't anticipating that. Like, I thought it was gonna be like another electoral college type of situation. I didn't. I just thought it was gonna be electoral college thing. I didn't think it was gonna be a popular vote on top of that. But hey,
well, they're still counting votes. Will she catch him on a popular vote? It's gonna be close. I don't think he's gonna hold on to that lead because they still have to count California and come out today. They're still counting votes in Pennsylvania. So yeah, she got a chance to catch him in a popular vote, but what difference does it matter?
I was about to say that doesn't count for nothing. So that's just a non-count.
Well, it's just interesting with the popular vote part because the last Republican that won a popular vote was when George W. Bush won it after the 9/11 attacks.
Right.
So yeah, those attacks united everybody, no matter the party.
Yeah.
Behind the president, so he was able to win the popular vote. But I mean, Trump winning the popular vote is shocking. I wasn't expecting that, even though I expected the electoral college to go his way. But also, like, just the fact that he won all 7 swing states. I mean, that was actually shocking.
Well, yeah, I can see that, but. A lot of people.
7 though. I can see 4, maybe even 5. But
yeah, all 7 is kind of dramatic.
Yeah, that was crazy.
People are tired. People looking for a difference. They looking for a change. They saying they was doing a lot better under Trump regime, which I don't really understand. We had COVID because of and under Trump. We got a couple of dollars in our pocket, but I don't know. I just don't agree with that all the way. But hey, we gonna see what it do for these 4 years. And I saw you made a post today talking about getting rid of school programs, and I love the end of your comment, eat the cake, because that's what pretty much that's what it's gonna be. Because it's going to be like, eat this cake. So.
One thing that was interesting about the election, too, was they've been talking about, because of the pandemic, a lot of nations around the whole world all kicked out their incumbents. I think the number is
I saw
100. and counting.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I think what has been different about us, we've been the number one economy to come out of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So you would think, and this is something that I've always said about Americans, we're arrogant and we only pay attention to what's
What's happening in
going on
America?
here.
Yeah.
But when you look at the rest of the world, there's other things to look at and consider, because the fact that we made it out of the pandemic as the number one economy when we had been trailing China, and we've had such a recovery that we've surpassed them. And just that closed-mindedness of not looking towards the world view, you would think that you would celebrate the guy that kept us afloat, or the party that kept us afloat, to come out on top far ahead. But, sometimes good ain't enough.
Well, that's, we talk about who the last person is responsible for. Some of that economy was Trump. So I'm not going to take away all the credit. Not the majority of it. Jobs started to go up. That was a Biden thing. But some of that economy that we recovered from, like I said, even though we got COVID from him, was a Trump thing.
Yeah. It's just, just to look at those numbers, 100 nations, all the incumbents lost.
Yeah.
All of them lost.
Yeah, all of them lost.
It was a bad year for incumbents on the political arena, in the political arena. Like, just recently, past couple months, the power changed hands in the UK, over in England.
Mm-hmm.
It changed from the Conservative Party to the Labour Party.
Mm-hmm.
Over in France, they tried to take that guy out, but he was able to hang on, but he had to give up more seats in his presidency. Down in Mexico, they went from a conservative leader to a liberal woman.
Mm-hmm.
Mexico, their president is a woman, a young woman.
That's very interesting with Mexico, because you want to talk about arrogant and strong-willed. Their males are more strong-willed than us, and just
so it's just funny that
it
was funny that they have a female president, and then you go over, and this was like last year or maybe even 2 years ago, Italy, they changed from a liberal government to a conservative government. So
so the whole world is kind of flip-flopping.
Yeah, and it's because of that pandemic. But I don't understand that you blame somebody for the recovery and not the person that started it, and you vote them right back in.
Well, a lot of people don't feel like he started it. A lot of people feel like they were happy with the checks. They were happy with some of the things that happened. I know. Well, I'll speak for my city. City I live in is a very liberal city, and New York, another liberal city. And I feel that they handled the pandemic totally wrong, like with the shots and everything, like telling people, you got to get this shot, because if you don't get this shot, you gonna go to jail. Or for our people, we had people get fired. Just flat out, they wouldn't do the thing. They wouldn't do what they're supposed to do. We had 4 people get fired. I think they still don't have their jobs back. And for a mayor, not I don't want to say mayors are tiny or small, but I'm just saying for a mayor of a city to say you're not going to have no job if you don't get this shot. And then it goes on to different courts, and the courts say, hey, nah, that ain't what's up, which it probably would have went that way no matter who was in there. I just feel like those situations from a liberal standpoint are kind of what did liberals in this election cycle.
Like I've always had a different view with that shot stuff. Like take my job for instance. Like when I go to work, I have to wear long sleeves on my arm, glasses on my face, earplugs
Mm-hmm.
every day.
Every day.
I go to work. So say one day they say, or I say, you know what? I don't want to wear sleeves, glasses, and earplugs when I go to work. They say, well, in order for you to work here, you got to wear them. Well, I still want to work here. Well, this is what you have to do to work here. That's how I always felt about it. Like, this is what you have to do to work here. Well, I don't want to do that. Well, you can't work
Well,
here.
you can't work here. I got what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, nobody, I would, you would argue with people, say, well, they gave a vaccine mandate. No, they didn't. They said you have to do this to work here. This is what you have to do to work here. You go to Burger King or you go to McDonald's. And they say, well, you got to flip the burgers with the spatula.
I said, I want to flip them with my hand.
I'm gonna flip them with my hand. Well, this is how I did it at other restaurants. They said just wear a glove and flip it with your hand.
Said,
well, you have to flip it with a spatula here.
Yeah, that's how.
But
you
that's not
do
what
it here.
Well, in order to work here, this is what you have to do. Well, you don't want to work here and do that to work here. You can go. It ain't a mandate. It's not a mandate.
It is a mandate.
It was never a mandate.
It's a mandate if you say you're gonna get fired. That's the mandate.
The word mandate was a bad word. It should have been like, this is the rule. This is part of the rule. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. They should have said it different. Because mandate put people on guard.
Because mandate sounds like you doing this or else.
That is what it means.
But the rule is, this is what you have to do to be here. Right. That's how I always looked at it.
Well, if they say you're going to get fired, then mandatory.
You don't want to work there.
Well, it was some people that said we don't want to put nothing in our body and we don't want to work here.
Like I remember Ice Cube during the pandemic, he was talking about how he was set to make a movie, before the pandemic. Mm-hmm. He showed up to the set and they was like, hey, there's stuff going on and in order to be on this lot, you got to take this shot. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to take this shot. He said, well, you don't want to be in this movie.
Yep.
And he left.
Yep.
Said it was like he said he walked away from like $14 million.
Yep. Well,
like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you always had a choice. You could say no. The word mandate was just it was too, like, it's a boisterous word. It's like a loud word. And people, even like, that's a mandate. Like, even at your job for just something regular that normally you have to do, like, with your stuff with wearing your gear or something like that.
Yeah. we got those rules people don't want to do either in mandatory.
They don't want to do it either.
They don't want to do it
you know
either.
What I'm saying? So, I never looked at it as a mandate. I looked at it as like, well, this is part of our job requirement.
We just got a new mandate. So we had, last year was a horrible year for my job in my department. We lost 4 people. One of those people had a roof incident. We just had another guy I know fell through a roof, through a skyline. The first guy I was speaking about, his thing was so severe, they passed a city council ordinance that says you have to have like guardrails up around skylights. You can't just have them open. So this hasn't gone. They haven't started putting it up yet, and it just another guy fell through a skylight. So after this, we have mandatory for different types of roof. We got to use a ladder. We got to use this training system that we have had all along, but it wasn't mandatory till now, and people who complain about that. So anything, like you said, that's a hot word. When you tell somebody they got to do something, it's like
it's a hot word.
Right. But the other thing, it's another saying that I love on this job, and they say do what you can afford, and because people are like, well, I ain't doing that, and the chief will say, do what you can afford, because that means maybe you got another job somewhere, maybe you got something else going on. I'm just telling you what I got to tell you, but if you can afford not to do it and you can afford to get fired, do what you can afford. So
I like that.
Yeah,
that's like that's like a multiple and trying days in there for real.
Yeah, I've been hearing that since I got here, and the first time I heard it was when I got here, and I said, "Oh, I love that. Do what you can afford," because they say if you feel that strongly about it, and those people, they were able to afford it. Good for them. Some of us couldn't afford it.
That's take some big cojones to walk away from that job because you can't afford it.
Yeah, yeah, and as I said, we had 4 people that went through that, and on top of that, now like what I was talking about with the courts and everything, it looks like they're gonna not only get their jobs back if they want them, but they're going to be made whole. Like they're gonna get all the dough they were supposed to be making that whole time when they was off too. So that's another thing that's gonna happen.
That's how that stuff goes.
Yeah.
Especially in union shops. All that stuff is union type stuff.
Yep. So I understand what you're saying. Like, it's not mandatory, but, you know, they just threw that word in and the shot stuff. So we got a little bit off track, but overall, pandemic changed life in so many ways. I don't think we'll even realize how drastically our lives have changed to at least 20 years after. Kind of like 9/11. 9/11 drastically changed our lives, our way of existing, way of being, way of looking at different individuals. We got the Patriot Act out of it. We got TSA, good and bad thing. You know, good because more security and more checks. Bad because I got to get to that airport an extra hour earlier just to go through everything.
Oh, yeah.
But it just, all that stuff has changed our lives in a way that I don't even think will be able to be realized for another, like I said, 20 years probably.
I mean, I agree with that. It, like, literally, I mean, of course, you know, a lot of people passed, over 1 million people.
Mm-hmm.
Just the landscape of the housing industry.
Mm-hmm.
That's changed. The automobile industry. I mean, something else that has changed is not trusting science. That's not good.
Well, that was going on a bit before that.
I mean, to the extent where like we are such in a technological society, and
well, that's what I'm saying.
Science is behind all of, but because of that more advanced technological society, all of the people that feel like this, like science is bad, science is fake, they don't have a place to gather.
They don't have a place to gather. But that's what Jenny McCarthy and Jim Carrey. I remember them being on, what was that, Larry King show, and they were talking about shots. This is when the immunizations for kids. They was like, why these kids got to get measles, mumps, and rubella? We don't know where that came from. Measles, mumps, and rubella. You don't remember this?
No. You know what I'm thinking about? How did that start?
Measles, mumps, and rubella,
like,
or the autism.
You remember, no, you're not following. You remember when we were in school?
Yeah.
And what was it? To go to middle school?
Yes, to go to 7th grade for once you graduated at 6.
You had to get this shot.
The MMR.
And everybody all across the country just said, okay.
Right. Yes.
And then like it just flipped like in I want to say the 2010s.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even a little bit earlier was when all this I don't want my kid to get a shot and
It's making them autistic. That was the reason why originally.
yeah, yeah, it was some junk science that came out about that, and
Mm-hmm.
and then now it's going to, like you said, the measles, mumps, and rubella. They don't even, man, it's it's wild out here.
I got a buddy that's against shots, and he a couple years ahead of us as far as class. And I'm like, I remember for me to leave the 6th grade to go to the 7th grade, I had to get an MMR shot.
Yeah.
That was like the thing that I had to get this shot. He's like, I ain't had to get that shot. And I'm like, if you lived in the United States, you had to get that shot. It was the same because we were arguing about the COVID shot, and I'm like, to me, I think you should have the choice, yes or not, if you want to take that shot, just like a regular flu shot. But
I do too.
I didn't have a problem taking a shot. They were like, well, what about the Tuskegee Airmen? And now instead of just practicing on black people, they practicing on all of us. And they putting trackers in the shot, so when you take the shot, they gonna know where you at all the time. I'm like, if you got that phone with you.
And how long did that conversation last?
Days and weeks, because we would go
Soon
back
as he
and
said
forth.
the trackers, I would have just stopped talking to him about it.
Yes, this is yes. Everything
And
is a
that's what I'm
conspiracy.
saying. Like that's what I'm saying about the whole science thing. You believe that they can put a tracker
Nanites.
in a needle, but you believe that science.
Right.
But you don't believe the science of the shot can be good for you.
Right.
Like, that's why it's like hard to argue with those type of people. You just eventually laugh and walk away. At least that's what I try to do.
I start off laughing because I think it's hilarious, and they say, "What you laughing at?" And I don't want to say you, but I say I'm just laughing because it's hilarious to me. Like you said, you believe they can do that.
They could put a tracker in you that's smaller than a little particle of liquid.
Right. But they can't make the shot.
They've invented that science. But
Right.
you don't believe the science of vaccines. Like,
And then, like I
it's
said,
just crazy when you
hit me with
try
the
to think about it.
Tuskegee Airmen. They practiced on black people. And I said, well, they're giving it to more than black people now. They're giving it to everybody. They practice on all of us. Okay. Well, I guess.
Man, how do you get that paranoid about stuff, man?
About everything. I can't remember enough stuff to be that scared of everything, but it's people out there. Like you said, it gave them a place to gather. It gave them somewhere to be at. So I don't know. I feel like when we have regular people conversations, we not regular no more. It's like that movie, Idiocracy or Idiocracy, however you say it. That movie. That movie is so hilarious. Like the dude got put in jail for talking smart. They said, you talking too smart, you gotta go. And he wasn't even like a smart dude. He was just talking regular. He said, if we water the plants with water instead of Mountain Dew, then they might grow. What? So, it's like we go in that same route. But like I said, I didn't want to.
Man, that helped with the election too.
Yes, that's
all of the just believe in nonsense. They like all these political commercials would play up here. There's 20 million violent migrants in the state of Ohio waiting to get you, and Bernie Moreno will make sure they don't get you.
Yeah, vote for him.
Senator Sherrod Brown, he's been letting them get you. It's like. Like, man, like who believes this stuff?
They do.
Who believes this propaganda and misinformation?
And you
Sherrod
think
Brown wants it'd be like Sherrod Brown wants little boys to go into the girls' bathroom and use the bathroom with them. But Bernie Moreno, he will make sure this doesn't happen.
Yep.
Like who? What was the other one that was playing up here? There will be no transgender kids sitting in your class next to you.
Tampons in the bathroom.
Next to your kid
tampons
with a
in the
dress
boys' room.
on.
Yep.
Bernie Moreno will make sure this doesn't happen. And only Sherrod Brown, he makes sure it does happen. It's like, man, what is this stuff y'all talking about?
That was like the commercial I saw with Kamala. she gonna have the
Kamala.
inmates, Kamala, get the inmates transgender surgery while they in jail, so that you paying for it. You paying for their surgeries while they in jail. And all she was talking about was that being a situation that she didn't want to happen, but they took a sound bite and flipped it to make her say that that's what she thinks should happen. So
You know what's funny about that? That getting inmates being able to have their transgender surgery paid for by the government. You know you know who started that? That started under the Donald Trump administration.
I know. I absolutely know. Yes.
And you know what? And you know, like they've been talking about how, you know, Democrats are too soft and they don't know how to. They don't realize that they are in a fight and they bringing a butter knife to a bazooka fight.
Yes.
And I always felt like, and a lot of, you know, Democrats feel like this. The Democrats are too soft. They don't message well. They don't brag enough. They don't.
They think they
They don't say enough that the other side is lying. No, I don't even think it's that they. I think they. Well, go further. What you mean by that?
Well, I don't think they think they're superior. I'm saying the way they come off and the way they perceive themselves is like that's why they call them the elites, because they feel like they have an elitist attitude and they're past what the regular common person has to say or do. When really, to me, if you counting money, it's the other way around. But that's what I'm saying. Like, they have so much more experience and knowledge and education that all of that outpaces the common working person.
I mean, is there something wrong with being elite?
Now you sound like when you were saying they don't brag enough. No, it ain't nothing wrong with being elite, but people.
How do you say elites run? And that's another misconception in why Democrats are bad at messaging.
Yes.
Do you know that Elon Musk just himself gave Trump about $140 million?
Yep.
Not directly to his campaign, but you know they put it in, you know, different types of PACs and stuff where it's not the president's money, but the president can use the money.
It's in his war
What's
chest.
What's more elite than the richest man in the world working side by side with a East Coast elitist from New York who claims he's a billionaire? What's more elite than that?
Nothing. Nothing's more elite
Like,
than
that's
that.
why, like, when I hear people say stuff like that, I be like,
how?
you just mad because Democrats, you know, speak in a certain way. What the dude from Snowfall say about you? What did he say about when they was in the car? Him and Leon talking about the one dude talking about, I ain't gonna let you mess this up because you don't like how people talk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he hit him with that accent too. He hit him with that Cali accent too. He said, "You ain't
like,
gonna just mess it up for somebody talk."
How you mad at somebody because of how they talk and how they present? That make you a hater.
Yes. Well, that's what I just said the other day. I feel like America is just everybody hater for no reason. And then people be proud of being haters. The only person I think should be proud of being a hater is Kendrick Lamar, because his hating was on point. Other than that,
he got 6 Grammy nominations.
Other than that, I don't feel like nobody should be a hater. Like, you talk about being a hater. We are in a country where these white dudes got on a boat and said, we tired of these people taxing us. We're going to go make our own country. Come over, steal some land from some people that's already here. Then say, well, that ain't enough people. Let's go get some more people. Go to Africa, steal some people for some land that's there, bring them over here. Italians came, Irish came. And even though they the same color, they from different parts of the country. Overall, what I'm saying is this entire country is a migrant country. United States is a mishmash of the world, essentially. And then
we're the only nation that's like this.
And when other people want to come and do the same thing because they don't have the same power now as those original people had back in the day, now, no, they got to go. I mean, and then it's plenty of shitty jobs that we don't want to do that these people would do. Now, I don't think migrants should just be coming illegally. I do feel like it should be a process. But
absolutely,
just to hate on these people for trying to make themselves a better life, and you like, nah, the United States is some haters.
it used to be like back in the, like, I want to say in the 80s, it was a lot easier for, Hispanics and, people that travel, from that part of America. It used to be a lot easier for them to come in. And then the shift started to change. It's like, wait a minute now. It's saying a little bit more than them than we.
Yeah, more than we used to.
Then we thought we would. Then, then it kept going and going. Like, well, wait a minute. We got to put a law on this.
Yeah, but
there's too many of them coming. So then that's when the immigration laws got harder. That's in the 90s.
Yeah. But it's another thing. You finish, because I remember what. Go ahead.
And then that started to get holes poked in it, and they, more of them like, wait a minute now. What do you mean Texas is more Hispanics in Texas than it is white folks?
Yep.
No, that ain't good. We might need
to do something about that. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it was all good once they was coming in here working, working their way through, doing work that we don't want to do, and having construction companies and doing all this work.
Construction company is something we want. I want me a demo company. Just come in, tear stuff down, and find out what to do with it. That's love. But what I was gonna say is another thing that I don't know where it came from, and I do need to do some research, but I ain't gonna do it right now. Are like the tax breaks for being from another country, and then the loopholes on top of the tax breaks, because people from different countries, from Asian countries, especially, and that's not being stereotypical or racist or anything, but they come through, they buy their stores, they don't have to pay taxes on the stores for so long, they get a loan to take out to get the store in the first place, and then the loophole. Once your time is up and it's time for you to start paying, I'm just going to put it in your name instead. And we still out here kicking it.
Yeah.
So
you keep that money rolling in.
Why, as a country, and like I said, I don't know who put this in place, but why is it that they get to get that, but your own citizens don't get to get that?
I have no idea. And that's one of the things that every president that missed on for
decades,
multiple presidents, going all the way back to, like I said, the 80s.
Because I'm not trying to take away their rights at all, even keep giving it to them. But it just seems like your natural born citizens should get those same advantages.
Well, here's the thing. Kamala wanted to give citizens a $50,000 Small business break.
Yep, she did. Said we don't want
that. We don't want that.
That ain't enough.
You gonna go ahead and take this $7,000 under trouble. That's great. Well, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
After we had that podcast and we was the first one, we was like, yeah, Trump. Like, why? Cause I love that part, but I was hitting people with
That's the part that I listened to that like 20 times.
Say yeah, Trump.
I was rolling, and dude, it came true though.
Say why? Cause.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It came through. They went out there and got it.
And I asked the guy, I said, tell me why. Just, give me, he said, he going to get rid of the bureaucrats. I said, he could have did that the first time. We got better tax rates, and the rich, they get taxed on their net, not their gross. And I'm like, what that got to do with me? I said, I'm broke. Well, not broke, but I'm not getting taxed on my net, or I'm getting taxed on my gross. I'm not part of that. So why do I care what they get taxed on? I just said his tax plans aren't doing it for me. And like I said, a lot of people feel like they have more money than what they do. Like a lot of people now, it's not even the values of being a Republican. To me, and maybe this is my skewed mind, but I'm thinking with my checkbook as opposed to my morals.
I have way more money than I'd had under Trump.
And that's what I'm saying. So I don't
and
get
they
it.
know that they know that they did too. I just don't know where that comes from. They know that they have more money now than they had in 2019. They know they do.
Yeah. Like
if you are in the union, if you are in the trade, if you work at Amazon, if you work at some of these different I don't know, McDonald's and stuff like that, they make more money now than they made under Trump.
They do. And it's because of the taxes.
It's a simple fact. They make more money now. You make more money. Your rate per hour, your salary has gone up since you've been under Biden compared to Trump. You say, well, the food is what's killing me. Food is not. Prices aren't set by a president. That's not, and they know that.
Yeah,
they know that. They know the president will go into like I don't know what y'all stuff there, or go into a Dave's or a Walmart or a Target or a Publix. Hey, you set them eggs at $1.14.
Yeah, that's what they need to be at.
No, I'm not gonna do it. Yes, you are. You set them eggs at $2 now. What president? Like people know that the president don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
No, they don't know that. Because I kept seeing the vice president, she had her chance to do everything for 4 years. I'm like, the vice president don't even do nothing, but wait for something to happen to the president. They do have a voice, but it's not like they're setting policies and plans.
Yes, their job is to promote and let everybody know about the president's plan and policies and agenda. That is what her job is, or what her job was, or is, and that message would be taken all over the world. That's all that the vice president does. They never set policies.
Exactly. But you know what else we haters on in the United States? They said we're going to get rid of student loan debt because this is killing the economy. If people could take that same $700 that they paying for student loan debt for something that didn't used to be as much as it used to be. Now, you want to talk about how much stuff with it. That was under Reagan because they said people getting too smart, so we got to keep them stupid, make school cost more. But anyway, instead of them having to pay that $700 for a loan, they can pay that $700, push it back into the economy, do things like that. Let's get rid of student loan debt. These people hate it so much because I had to pay my debts. Why ain't they got to pay their debts? Because that wasn't the game going on when you was paying your debts. And especially them boomers, they talk about how my parents, I think, bought their house for like $29,000. And
man, what?
And what I'm saying is, why would anybody hate on somebody getting something in a different timeline that they did? It just doesn't make regular sense to me. Like I said, as Americans, we just hate her. I don't want you to have nothing nicer than what I had at a different time in life.
It's like, they be like, well, I don't want to help pay for that. You find me the number on your paycheck where it says, well, this is to pay for Troy Berry's.
This to pay for his student loan debt.
Yeah, it's to pay for his student loan debt.
These people was
like
really hating on that.
Man, I wouldn't hate on nobody being able to get some extra money.
Exactly. I don't. They getting it legally. Well, now they just want them to get it illegally because that's what we got set up for. So this dude just get
Man,
it
it's
how
crazy,
he live.
bro. Like I was talking to one dude on my Facebook. He talk about that type of stuff about people, getting it easier through tax money or whatever. I said, look, if they go raise my taxes so somebody can have a better life, and my taxes go up, I don't know. And that's the thing. Like people don't even know your
They
taxes
don't even know.
move.
Right.
They don't. Your taxes don't move, but whatever. But just contributing to the country. You know what I'm saying? If my taxes got to go up a little bit to make somebody have a better life, or it's like I look at it like the more people with better lives, the better off we all are because people with bad lives
Will stop
they
doing what
don't.
they got to do.
Yeah. So so if my taxes have to go up a little bit, whatever, $600, I don't care, whatever it is, like whatever they want to do for nobody be broke. That's it. I don't care. I'll just win that back in the parlay or so. You know what I'm saying?
That's the
And I'll
thing.
be happy.
Just win it back in life.
Win it back in life.
Obama, he
However
said,
you need to do it.
you want some health care? They said, nah, we ain't going to give them health care because then our doctor's bills is going to go up. You don't even go to the doctor.
You don't even go to the doctor, right?
You ain't been to the doctor in years. And don't, like I said, you don't even go to the doctor, but you don't want somebody to have health care. The entire first class of the world has health care, has universal health care for their citizens. They citizens, break their leg, they ain't got to worry about how I'm going to pay for this, who's going to take me. They go to the hospital, they get it fixed. Well, they services ain't as good as ours. So you think the level of the service is going to go down because people got free health care? That makes, to me, no sense. But like
just think of being a person that want people walking around sick, like you know what I'm saying.
Want to walk around sick and broke.
Sick, broke. Dude can't go to the emergency room and get his ankle fixed. He dragging his foot down the street. You know what I'm saying?
And then when you get
crazy,
it fixed,
man.
When you get it fixed, he gonna come rob you. And that's the thing. That's like you said. If one good, we all good. Of course, it's gonna be them outliers. And then we got things for that. But for the most part, if we all good, we all good. But
good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. People.
It's haters.
Be thinking about the wrong. Yeah, like you said, they haters and they be thinking about the wrong thing.
Yep. So, all right, that's enough of that.
People just need something to hate. Everything can't be good. Like me, I hate being hot. I hate the summertime, bro.
Bad
I
object
really
syndrome. That's the thing. That's what it is. It's bad. Something got to be bad for people to feel good. Something got to be.
Yeah, you got to soothe some of that good with some of that hate. Some people soothe that good not enough.
They need therapy.
Or a little too much. That hate starting to take over that good.
Yeah, the whole country needs therapy. That's what I say, and that is not in a negative way. Just get it out. Like let the hate go. But I don't know. That's.
I agree 100%.
But like I said, that's enough of that. Let's talk about something nice and happy. Our Cavs, our team. What's they 11-0 right now?
11-0.
And they playing the Bulls tonight.
About to say they play your city.
Yep, they playing the Bulls tonight.
Maybe not your team, but your city.
My city, exactly. But I should have tried to see if I could got tickets. But they 11-0, trying to go for 12-0. I don't know who they have on the upcoming schedule. Of course, it's going to be a letdown game in there somewhere. But what it seems like to me with this team is they had it all along, but they got a better coaching system. What do you think is happening to get this 11-0 streak happening?
I think the offense has been unlocked. Like, JB Biggerstaff, he's now the Detroit Pistons coach. He was a defensive coach.
Right.
So he relied on his assistants to come up with the offense.
Mm-hmm.
And they just didn't use the offense right. It was still locked. But it's also, the growth of Evan Mobley this year, him, bringing the ball up more, initiating the offense more.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if Mobley was reluctant to do that last season or if that just wasn't a part of JB opening up the offense enough.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's all the same players.
That's what I'm saying.
Pretty much the same exact roster.
All the same players.
And what I noticed and what I love about their offense, and what I love about offense in general, I'm a big move, swing, cut, pass.
Mm-hmm.
Move, swing, cut, pass. Like, take your dribble, have somebody cut, pass it back out open to the guy that's open.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like that Warriors offense from 2014, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17, or whatever.
Yep.
Like all those teams, that was a drive and kick.
Drive and kick
Drive,
offense.
kick, cut.
Yep.
And if you have enough shooters combined with a big man that can dribble and pass, make passes and set up the offense, that's what their offense is now. It's just open.
When I finally saw that, like the light bulb moment for that offense was that year that San Antonio played Miami, and they was swinging that rock like it wasn't nobody's business. Like they was just not even driving. They was just kick, cut all day. Like Miami was looking stupid because they was trying to chase the ball instead of setting up their defense. They was trying to chase the ball the entire time. All they did was pass into the open shot every time, and they killed them that year. Like not the year where Ray Allen lucked them out with the three, but the year after that when they came back.
Yeah, like the Cavaliers. They had the number one offense and I believe the number one defense right now, and they've scored, I think, 130 points like 6 times already.
Yep, they averaging like 119. They've been killing. And then, like I said, they're gonna have a letdown game somewhere, but I don't know which one it's gonna be. And if they can keep this up for a consistent amount of time, they might even be able to do some like real damage, beat the Celtics in the series.
I'm not going to go that far yet, but like the game coming up that day, it's probably going to be a trap or a letdown. They play the Celtics, I think, later this week.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might be their first loss, maybe, but it don't have to be because I think they're a better team than the Celtics right now.
Yeah, right.
But it don't have to be. So, then after that, who knows? I want to see if they can catch that Warriors 24-0 start.
Okay, well, yeah, we almost halfway there. See what we can do tonight. That'll be fun. That'll be exciting. The other thing I saw, they top four, they big four, 17 points per game per person. So it's not like one person is dominating the game or dominating the ball. They like really doing it as a collective.
Yeah, you're getting good bench play. Ty Jerome. I always wonder who he was last year, but now I know who he is.
Now you know who he is. Yeah.
I always see him on the injury report, like, man, who even is this guy?
Yep, he was.
Then this year, he didn't let everybody know, oh, I'm back. I'm that guy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You're getting a lot of good play out of him. Getting a lot of good play out of the shooter, the 3-point shooter guy. I can't think of his name.
Dean Wade.
No, not Dean Wade, but he playing good too. But no, the shooter, he shoot all the threes. I cannot think. It's literally on the tip of my tongue, and I cannot spit it out. He come off the bench and he do nothing but shoot threes.
Sam Merrill.
What is his name? Sam Merrill.
Okay.
Yeah, Sam Merrill.
Yeah.
He been playing good, and they've been getting a lot of contributions from a lot of different players, and that's what that's what makes a good team. If you can go 8 to 10 deep, 10 deep mostly during the regular
season, cut it for the playoffs. Yeah.
Cut it for the playoffs. And right now they're going 10 deep, and they're getting contributions from everybody.
Yeah. Well,
and that's a testament to, to the new offense.
Well, like with the Celtics, I was saying they got like their own big four, big five really when Porzingis come back, because like 1 through 5 they just decent, and in fact all of them is Olympic players. Not necessarily. Not all for the U.S. and Jaylen Brown didn't go, but he surely could have had a spot on the team. They a stacked team. I don't know. I'm out on Boston. Been out on Boston. Just want all the bad things to happen to them. I'm a hater like the rest of the United States, but just to Boston.
I'm a hater. Eat the cake.
Yep, eat the cake.
Those need to be the two.
The slogans.
I'm a hater. Eat the cake.
And yeah, Trump. Why? Cause we'll get some. Once I get my production levels up, I sound cut them and throw them in there like the sounds or whatever. Football wise, we ain't even got to talk about our terrible team. Just talk about the NFL overall. Chiefs still winning every game. They escaping games by the skin of their teeth. Detroit looks very nice. I know we talked about do you root for other teams and things, but I wouldn't mind if Detroit got something going and went to the Super Bowl. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. And them looked like the two best teams overall, just AFC. Oh no, Baltimore, they killing. So like Derrick Henry or Lamar. The last game, they lost that game against us. I'm just happy with that. But then the next 2 games they came out, and if you play fantasy and you had Joe Burrow or Chase in one of my leagues, Thursday night, dude had 200 points.
200?
He had 200
what kind of point?
He had Burrow and Chase on the same team, and
I thought you were saying like out of one player. I was about to say, what kind of point was that?
Nah, I got Lamar in the league and I had 43, but a guy had Burrow and he had Chase on the same team and some running back. Point is, dude had 200 points on Thursday night.
I was playing.
That's what
I played you.
I don't know. I didn't even.
No, I thought that must have been another thing.
Nah, I'm in 3 different leagues.
Well, okay. No, my team is like for right now that's real good is Detroit. I like what Detroit do. Like I wish the Browns played like Detroit.
Isn't that where Dorsey went?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. He's like the head talent evaluator.
Yeah, he got
which
a
is
job.
the job that they wanted him to have here.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, why would I go from general manager to that? No, I'm not doing that. He still live here in Cleveland.
Nope, that's what's up.
No, I see him. I be seeing him a lot. Like even though he works in Detroit, he still lives here in Cleveland.
Short trip in Cleveland, a nicer city.
Short trip.
Real quick,
real short trip.
Before I forget, so this guy that was playing the other guy that had the 200 points, he had Joe Burrow for 41, Derrick Henry had 14, Chase had 63. He had Chase.
Oh, he got Burrow and Chase.
Yes, he had Chase Brown for Cincinnati. He had 22, and Justin Tucker had 2. This dude had 200 points before Friday.
That's great.
Yeah.
That got to be some kind of record.
Yeah, he had everybody. He got Burrow, Chase, the other Chase, and Henry. So, yeah, he was killer. But, yeah, he may as well stay. Cleveland, like, people like to bomb on Cleveland or whatever, and, it's mistake by the lake is going away slowly but surely. And Cleveland still has its hiccups because developing that water would be my number one goal.
Number one?
Yeah, number one goal. But the suburbs of Cleveland are absolutely beautiful. We missed the snow belt a little bit, so we get snow, but it ain't like all the snow ever in the history of life. and it's just a regular cool city with some decent food and some decent places to go and some loyal fans and customers. So if you get you a good customer, you know you got one for life.
Yeah. And I get, like a lot of players, when they done playing, they stay here. His, former Cavs, Browns, Indian slash Tribe. I mean Browns, Indian slash Guardians players that still live here.
Housing prices are phenomenal too. Not phenomenal, but they're really good. I think the only other state that's better is Tennessee. Tennessee, you get more bang for your buck with land, and it's not as cold down there. But they got that red dirt, and it look like devil land.
red clay, that red clay stuff. Yeah, but yeah, a lot of people still stay. They don't, finish their playing career or their front office career. They're like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah.
Nah, a lot of them stay here. So I see Dorsey there like.
I saw CC Sabathia on the New Heights podcast, and he was talking about how good of a time he had in Cleveland. Said he grew up there, had one of his kids there. Well, I shouldn't say one. He said a kid there. I don't remember how many he had, but he, he had a lot of good things to say. Even though he left, went to the Yankees, other hated squad. But at least he got a ring out of it.
Yeah, I got no problem with CC.
No,
ain't nothing wrong with Cleveland. Like, they still need to keep working on that downtown, but
yeah,
Cleveland cool.
That water, like I said, that water should be the main focus for anybody to come through. Like, we get this together, we on our way.
Now, they've been talking about it for as long as I can remember.
And that super train.
Less than 10. They will talk about developing that lakefront. I'm 43, so I don't think it's going to happen.
Can't think like that.
That's only 30 years.
All right. Well, anything else?
You can't talk about doing something for 30 years.
Yeah.
that means it ain't gonna get done.
What's plan without a dream without a plan is a wish. Whatever Herm Edwards says, and so this is just a wish at this point.
Yeah, it's a definite wish. Like they was talking about when the Browns, they still trying to get the Browns down there or whatever. Say this is a 20-year plan. The Browns like, man, we gonna be in our spot in 5.
Yeah,
y'all gonna take 20 years to do this, man.
Why would I wait for that? Exactly. And I don't understand. Like, do they want that much though? I don't understand. Like, they want the people to pay, but the mayor don't want the people to pay at all. Like I said, I had to do a little bit more homework, a little bit more research on it, but it just doesn't seem like it would make the most sense for you to let the team go to Brook Park.
Man, and Brook Park is literally 13 minutes from the stadium. Yeah. They act like they moving to Marietta or you know what I'm saying? They act like they moving to the bottom of the state.
Well, here
no, they moving 13 minutes.
Here they had a thing.
And it's still in the county. It ain't like they leaving the county, and the city of Cleveland is across the street.
Yeah, it's across the street.
It's weird.
It is. I don't understand it. But like I'm saying, here the Bears were like, we're going to go to Arlington Heights. Arlington Heights is a northern suburb.
Yeah, I was following that story.
And so they're like, we're going to go out there. There's a racetrack. We're going to tear it down. We're going to build all this stuff. All them people went out there and bought houses in Arlington Heights, anticipating the Bears going, because they was going to let people.
They?
Yes, they did. They was going to have people let them park on their grass and everything. And then the Bears and the Sox. Bears and the Sox got together and said, let's build a joint thing and let's make it a dome. And I'm like, finally somebody has some sense. Like the Reinsdorf, they've been here for forever and they got 2 teams. But the fact that the teams are going to combine, because that, like I remember with the Browns pretty much, when they was getting ready to leave, everybody needed their own building. Why? Why did everybody? What was wrong with sharing buildings? Like with modern technology and how things go, and you can come in and turn a venue in less than a day. It just, to me, didn't make sense to have all these multiple big, huge venues that you can only use for a little bit of time. Now that's where you wasting people's money.
Yeah, Well, wait a minute. The Bears and the White Sox gonna play in the same place?
They're going to play. They supposed to be buying the same part of land that's undeveloped. It's by the river, a little bit further away from the lake. Next time you're here, I'll show you where it's at. But we walked past it when we was walking to Soldier Field. But it's a place that they're supposed to build this thing together. So yes, that's the new plan. It's supposed to be like
okay.
It's supposed to be all in the same area. Now, if it's in the same game, the same place, I don't think that's the case. But it's in the same. They joining forces, the Sox and the Bears.
Well, there's not too many professional teams that share the same place of play across football and baseball. I'm sitting here thinking, is there any?
Well, not anymore because the A's.
Everybody got their own building because it's more profitable.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
Split the profit.
Yeah, right. You don't have to split the profits, but like the Clippers and the Lakers share, and now the Clippers got their own spot.
Yeah.
The Giants and the Jets, they share, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying across sports, like.
Well, that's what it used to be back in the day. Yeah, because the Oakland, the A's and the Raiders, they used to share. Because that, remember on one of them video games where you used to play football and you would be running through the baseball outline.
Yeah, that was the Raiders and the Athletics.
I think the Phillies, there goes some more homework, but I ain't giving myself no homework. We have to get, what?
No, the Phillies don't share.
No, not now. I'm talking about back in the day.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying people who are knowledgeable about this off the top of their head can email us. So we got to get our emails going. The show does have an email. But right now, it's just go to piquethis.com, piquethis.com. We have a website where you can check us out. We're going to do some more promotion and everything. But anything else from the world of pop culture? I know we had some Grammy nominations. I figure we can get into that a little bit more next time. Less politics, more fun stuff.
I mean, ain't too much going on right now. The election was taking up
all of the space. Yeah. But we hit that. Yeah. I feel like we hit that hard enough, and now it's going to be eat the cake time so we can see what happens.
Eat the cake.
And,
Did I tell you? I told you to eat the cake.
Yep. Eat the cake.
Eat the cake.
We're going to make the wrong person mad, so we better keep it up. Keep going. Keep being a hater. I'm a hater like you.
I'm a hater, and I'm going to eat the cake.
Yep. Get that Jeezy sound, because that's what he used to say. I'm a hater like you. I'm going to listen to that when I get off of here. So, thank you again, sir, for coming through. Sorry about the time. I'll get this up and get it going fairly soon. Hopefully by Wednesday.
Sounds good.
And we're going to talk to y'all next week. Oh, yeah, we can see that, too, because we record, and I forgot. All right, talk to you later. All right, I'm going to shut this off and then stop recording. Cool. All right, well, thank you again. I'll hit you up next week. We get together. We get it going.
What's coming up?
I don't know.
Even talk about it.
Like I said, the Grammys, and then we'll pay attention, see what's happening in the week.
The Grammys.
Just the nominations, that's all. That's it.
No, you got the Browns game, and
see if the Cavs still winning.
See if the Cavs still winning.
Then we can spread out to some more national topics.
There's something crazy happening in the next couple of days.
Hopefully done.
Hopefully no.
Right.
Hopefully no.
So we'll see what's happening.
Sir.
All right. Talk to you later.
Yep.
Letting everybody know. Now from the city to suburbs, our voices they roam. Sports, debates, and some love for the home. We keep it real and uncut, no edits, no frills. Catch us dropping gems and spinning the reel. We bring the fire with every word we say. Struggles and wins talked out in our way. Tune in and vibe will keep you on track. We got the knowledge and the passion all intact. And we talking about the world and how we rise. From hoop dreams to politics, no disguise. Culture and life mixed in the flow. Just two dudes letting everybody know. Now we talking about the world and how we rise. From hoop dreams to politics, no disguise. Culture and life mixed in the flow. Just two dudes letting everybody know. Yeah, yo, we talking about the world and how we rise. From hoop dreams to politics, no disguise. Culture and life mixed in the flow. Just two dudes letting everybody know. Now from the city to suburbs, our voices they roam. Sports debates and some love for the home. We keep it real and uncut, no edits, no frills. Catch us dropping gems and spitting the real. We bring the fire with every word we say. Struggles and wins talked out on our way. Tune in and vibe, we'll keep you on track. We got the knowledge and the passion all intact. Yeah. We bring the fire with you all in attack. Tune in and bubble rhythm, loving all in attack. We bring the fire with you all in attack. Struggles and wins talking and all in attack. Tune in and fire in the fire with you all in attack. Got the knowledge and passion all intact. All in attack. We bring the fire with every word we say. Struggles and wins talked out in our way. Tune in and vibe, we'll keep you on track. We got the knowledge and the passion all intact.